The world has lost one of its most transformative and controversial religious leaders, Pope Francis. His passing marks the end of a papacy that was both groundbreaking and divisive. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the life, accomplishments, and controversies of Pope Francis, explore the challenges faced during his reign, and look ahead at the possible successors who could lead the Catholic Church into its next chapter. Stay with us to understand the full legacy of Pope Francis and what comes next for the Vatican. Let's begin. The early life of Pope Francis. Born Jorge Mario Bergoglio in Buenos Aires, Argentina in 1936, Pope Francis became the first Jesuit pope, the first pope from the Americas, and the first non-European pope in more than 200 years. He was elected in March 2013 following the resignation of Pope Benedict XVI. His humble demeanor, choice to live in modest Vatican accommodations, and focus on the poor made him a beloved figure among many Catholics around the world. Achievements during his papacy. Number 1. A champion of the poor. Pope Francis constantly emphasized the importance of social justice and care for the marginalized. He visited slums, refugee camps, and war-torn areas, calling for global action to combat poverty and inequality. His encyclical Evangelii Gaudium urged the Church to focus more on the needs of the poor. Number 2. Climate change and the environment. One of his most celebrated achievements was his 2015 encyclical Laudato Si, which called for urgent action on climate change. Pope Francis framed environmental stewardship as a moral imperative, urging leaders and citizens alike to take better care of the planet. Number 3. Interfaith dialogue. Francis made significant strides in promoting peace and understanding among different faiths. He met with leaders from Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, and other denominations to foster tolerance and unity. His historic meeting with the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar and his visits to Muslim-majority countries were widely praised. Number 4. Synodality and church reform. He pushed for a more inclusive and listening church. The concept of synodality, or collaborative decision-making, was central to his papacy. Pope Francis created space for lay people, women, and even dissenting voices to participate in church discussions. Number 5. LGBTQ+ inclusion. Pope Francis took a more compassionate approach to LGBTQ+ issues than his predecessors. His famous remark, "Who am I to judge?" became a symbol of his efforts to make the church more welcoming. Although he upheld traditional Catholic teachings, he encouraged pastoral sensitivity and respect for all people. Major controversies during his reign. Despite his progressive reputation, Pope Francis' papacy was not without controversy. Number 1. Sex abuse scandals. The Catholic Church's sex abuse crisis continued to haunt the Vatican during his reign. Though Pope Francis implemented reforms and created new laws to protect minors, critics argued that he did not go far enough. His initial defense of Chilean Bishop Juan Barros, who was accused of covering up abuse, sparked global outrage, though he later admitted to serious mistakes. Number 2. Financial scandals in the Vatican. Under Pope Francis, several high-profile financial scandals emerged, including embezzlement and corruption involving Vatican officials. The trial of Cardinal Angelo Becciu over misuse of church funds and shady real estate deals brought renewed scrutiny to Vatican finances. Number 3. Traditionalist backlash. Pope Francis' reforms did not sit well with traditionalists. His restrictions on the Latin Mass, changes to the Roman Curia, and efforts to decentralize power in the Church were met with fierce resistance from conservative bishops and cardinals who accused him of straying from doctrine. Number 4. Women in the Church. While he made strides toward inclusion, Francis was criticized for not doing enough to empower women. His refusal to ordain women as priests and his ambiguous stance on women deacons disappointed many advocates of gender equality within the Church. Number 5. Resignation rumors and health issues. In the later years of his papacy, Pope Francis struggled with declining health. Several surgeries and frequent use of a wheelchair led to speculation about his possible resignation. While he remained committed to his role, his frailty became a subject of global concern. Pope Francis was not just a religious leader, he was a global figure. He addressed the United Nations, the US Congress, and other international bodies, calling for peace, justice, and environmental action. His influence extended beyond Catholicism, earning him admiration even among secular communities. The death of Pope Francis passed away at the Vatican at the age of 88. His death marks the end of a decade long papacy that reshaped the image of the Catholic Church in the modern world. Leaders across the globe have paid tribute to him, highlighting his role as a unifying and compassionate figure. Thousands of mourners gathered in St. Peter's Square, where a solemn mass and funeral rites were held. His body now rests beneath the basilica alongside previous popes. With the papacy now vacant, attention turns to the College of Cardinals, who will convene in a conclave to elect the next pope. Here are some of the most talked about potential successors. Number 1, Cardinal Peter Turkson, Ghana. A longtime ally of Pope Francis, Turkson is known for his advocacy on social justice and environmental issues. If elected, he would become the first African pope in modern history. Number 2, Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, Philippines. Charismatic and youthful, Tagle is considered a progressive voice in the church. His work with Caritas and close relationship with Francis make him a strong contender. Number 3, Cardinal Matteo Zuppi, Italy. Zuppi is known for his pastoral care and diplomatic skills. He has worked extensively in peace-building efforts and is seen as someone who could continue Francis's legacy. Number 4, Cardinal Christoph Schönborn, Austria. An intellectual and theological heavyweight, Schönborn played a major role in the development of the Catechism of the Catholic Church. He's a moderate voice with deep roots in Catholic doctrine. Number 5, Cardinal Robert Sarah, Guinea. Sarah represents the conservative wing of the church and would likely reverse many of Francis's reforms. His election would mark a significant shift in direction for the Vatican. The future of the Catholic Church. The next pope will face enormous challenges, restoring credibility amid scandals, addressing declining church attendance in the West, and managing internal divisions between traditionalists and progressives. Pope Francis' legacy will weigh heavily on his successor, who must decide whether to continue his path or carve a new direction. Pope Francis leaves behind a mixed yet historic legacy. He inspired millions with his humility, championed the poor, and sought to make the church more inclusive. At the same time, his papacy was marred by deep scandals and internal conflict. As we reflect on his life and reign, we also look ahead to the future of the Catholic Church. Who will rise to the challenge and lead over 1.3 billion Catholics worldwide? What are your thoughts on Pope Francis's legacy? Who do you think should be the next pope? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thoughtful and informative content. See you in the next video.